Hello everyone. Thank you all for watching the video and leaving meaningful comments. Wishing everyone good health and happiness.
In the early morning as the dawn timidly stretches across the hills, you can picture lytuca beginning her day like any other. The first rays of sunlight slip through the leaves, illuminating the narrow path she always takes. She drops her child off at her grandmother's house, her hands deftly tying a basket to her shoulder, preparing for a long day ahead. Her steps are gentle yet steady, as if she's grown familiar with every stone, every tree along that path. Have you ever wondered if these daily routines are how people endure life's struggles? She slings the basket over her shoulder, her eyes gazing toward the lush grapefruit hill in the distance. The road up the hill isn't short, but for lytuca, it's no longer a challenge. The grapefruit trees stand there, heavy with fruit, like silent friends awaiting her each morning. She pauses by one tree, picks a ripe grapefruit and splits it open. Its sweet, refreshing taste seeps onto her tongue, bringing a moment of comfort amid the coolness of the early dawn. Do you think that, in these fleeting moments, lytuca finds a rare sliver of peace? She lingers there briefly, gazing down at the misty valley, her heart feeling a little lighter. But then she stands up, resuming her task, because life never waits for anyone. The grapefruits are picked one by one, filling the basket on her shoulder. Her hands are calloused, yet her movements remain swift, like a familiar dance with nature. Meanwhile, her husband, Khan, has already arrived at the construction site. Yesterday, he asked to work as a laborer there, hoping to earn a bit more for the family. The work is grueling. Each bucket of mortar he carries, each brick he stacks is soaked with his sweat. You can imagine his shoulders bending under the weight, yet his eyes still flicker with patience. He works quietly without complaint, as if this is his way of proving his love for lytuca and their child. The other workers around him laugh and chat noisily, but Khan only smiles, his mind fixed on completing the day's labor. His life, you see, is a string of simple yet meaningful days. He doesn't dream of grand things, only of enough money to get the family by. Back on the hill, lytuca finishes picking her grapefruits and starts heading down to the market. The basket weighs heavily on her shoulder, but she doesn't utter a word of protest. The path from the hill to the market is rough, dust clinging to her worn-out sandals. Each step is a steady breath, like a wordless song of endurance. Suddenly, a car pulls up beside the road, and a stranger steps out. He looks at her, says nothing, and silently helps her load the basket of grapefruits onto his vehicle. Lytuca is taken aback but nods in thanks and climbs in with him. Have you ever thought that kindness sometimes arrives unexpectedly, like a breeze passing through? The man drives her down to the market, asking no questions. Lytuca sits beside him, a mix of unease and gratitude stirring in her chest. The car rolls along the red dirt road, dust billowing behind them. When they reach the market, she steps out, sets up her grapefruits to sell, and hands them over one by one amid the morning bustle. Buyers come and go, their laughter and chatter filling the air around her. Lytuca sells out her basket, clutching the modest earnings in her hand, her heart easing with relief. She packs up and heads back to her grandmother's house to pick up her child. Her face remains calm, as if nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Meanwhile, Khan, after a day's work, receives his wages from the site foreman. He stands there, counting the crumpled bills, a faint sense of pride swelling within him. He walks into a small clothing shop and picks out a new outfit for himself. It's not expensive, but to him, it's a gift to himself. Then he stops by a flower stall, buying a vibrant bouquet, as if intending something special for lytuca. You can picture the smile on his lips then, simple and warm. He holds the flowers in his hand, walking down the road home, his heart brimming with hope. But life, always has turns no one can foresee. Lytuca, after picking up her child, heads home too. After a long day, Khan steps into a small shack by the roadside to wash up. The cool water flows over him, rinsing away the dust and sweat of a hard day's work. He puts on the new outfit he just bought, the soft fabric hugging his skin like a small reward. In his hand is a vibrant bouquet of flowers, their petals trembling in the evening breeze. Can you imagine the quiet joy stirring in his heart at that moment? He picks up a small gift as well, stepping out of the shack, his heart brimming with hope for a warm evening with his family. The road home feels familiar, with every bush and narrow alley seeming to welcome him. But as he draws near, an unexpected sight stops him in his tracks. The man who drove the car, the one who helped lytuca this morning, is stepping into his house carrying a bag. Khan stands silently by a bush, his eyes fixed on the glowing window. Inside, lytuca and the man are talking and laughing, her laughter ringing out in the still air. Have you ever thought that the laughter of someone you love could feel like a sharp blade? Khan feels his heart tighten, as if someone is squeezing each beat. The bouquet in his hand trembles, petals scattering to the ground. He lowers his head, turning away quietly, his steps heavy as if carrying a sky full of gloom. He doesn't want to confront it, doesn't want to ask, only knowing that his heart is shattering. He walks into a roadside tea stall, orders a glass of water, but can't bring himself to drink. The stall owner glances at him, tossing out a few casual questions, but he just nods absently. His gaze drifts far off, staring down the hazy road ahead, as if searching for an answer. Don't you see, sometimes sadness doesn't need words, just a look can say it all? He sits there, clutching the wilting bouquet, his heart weighed down by doubt. Suddenly, the man from earlier enters the stall, settling into a nearby corner. He orders a glass of water, then pulls out his phone to talk to someone. His voice cuts clearly through the quiet space of the stall. I met lytuca, he says, but she's got a husband and a kid. Khan overhears by chance, his ears straining to catch every word. Her husband's in prison and she's still waiting for him. The man continues, his tone steady. Have you ever wondered how truth can sometimes strike like a sudden light in the dark? I'm a decent guy who'd go after someone else's wife? The man chuckles lightly, then hangs up. Khan sits there, each word peeling away the fog in his mind. The doubt dissolves, replaced by an unexpected surge of joy. He looks at the bouquet in his hand. Though wilted, it now holds a new meaning. He stands up, pays for his water, and steps out of the stall with lighter feet. The road home no longer feels oppressive. It's as if it's lit up in his heart. Do you think trust can be so fragile that a single sentence can save it? Khan walks on, his heart swelling with happiness, though a hint of reflection lingers. Is he joyful because lytuca remains faithful, or because he's overcome his own jealousy?